Ben Collins. I used to be the Stig, and I'm back at the Top Gear track to try and break a record. Woo-hoo! I think we've got the right car for the job, but I'll let Mike tell you about that.
Ariel has provided us with their latest track weapon, the 4R. Over the 4, it has more aero, more power, ABS, and an 80 grand price tag. Ben, the goal today, at a minimum, is to beat the V8 Atom time, a 1:15.1. What do you reckon this thing's got?
I was nervous this morning, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't been here for a long time, really pushing for a fast time. The last time I drove an Atom here was in 2005. It was the original car.
Yeah.
It was very light, but it was also light on power. I left Top Gear, then so new Stig did I can't wait to, he broke my record, which is the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport in a V8 Atom, it was insanely powerful, had big wings. It's got 100 horsepower more than this, and it weighs 200 kilograms less. That's a big disadvantage to this car.
Yeah, so power to weight, on paper, the V8 looks like a much more impressive car, but the guys at Ariel have said that the aero on the V8 was basically just slapped on, really.
Yeah.
This has been proper CFD'd, so you should be able to properly put down the power thanks to stuff like this.
I never drove the V8, so I can't really talk about it, but other than the stats. But this wing does look proper. It's got this massive gurney, the big diffuser.
Yeah.
And the first thing I've noticed is as soon as I've gone out, is I start grinning because the balance is amazing. So traditionally, these Atoms will understeer quite a lot. It's very light. The front axle's got no weight holding it down. Yeah. But they've definitely got more weight on it because you can feel it under braking, you get the load. There's just no understeer at all, so you can play it all on the throttle, and it's incredible. And the power, despite this being turbocharged, it's really usable power. Okay. So you can just tease it on the throttle, but the cornering grip feels off the chart. So I feel more confident than I did at the start of the day.
This thing is quick. So yeah, good luck, Godspeed.
Thank you.
Crack on.
No pressure.
Helmet on and engine and tyres warmed up, I sent Ben out for his opening attempt.
3, 2, 1, go! I'm gonna head behind the Armco. First lap, you can tell this is one of these cars that just switches on. It's got semi-slicks on, but he's already ragging it. He's the Ex-Stig.
Straight off the bat, you could tell Ben wasn't here to mess about. Look at the body position of that car. It's on the very edge.
He said he could take the follow through in 5th gear. I don't have any context behind that, but it sounds quick. Here he comes. Lap number 1. It's quick. Close. Close.
Woo! Woo!
Before we show the rest of the laps, let me explain why we are going after this Ariel record and the sketchy politics behind it.
When Ben acrimoniously left Top Gear, the next Stig set a new lap record of 1:15.1 in a V8 Ariel Atom. Ben looked at that and thought there's more time in that car, so much so that he booked his own day here at Dunsfold to reclaim the lap record in a V8 Atom. Now, apparently Andy Woolman got wind of this, phoned up Ariel and said if they allowed that lap to go ahead, their car would never feature on the show again. So in the end, that day at Dunsfold got cancelled. But here, 13 years later, we've got Ariel's latest weapon and a rounder, slightly older X-Team racing driver.
Mike?
1:16.8.
1:16.8.
Okay.
We all thought it was quite a good first time. 3, 2, 1, go! First lap down is a good marker, 1:16.8. I can tell he'll expect a lot more from himself though. And we can tell from this lap, he's giving it big licks now. Here it comes, final 2 corners. Across the line. That's a chunk, that's a chunk. 1:16.1. The battle here is always going to be tyres and brakes, but if any car's going to have it, it's going to be the Atom. Here he comes. He's quicker. 1:15.8. He's in the 15s. The V8 is within sight.
Tidying up the traction zones and carrying more speed through Gambon had gained a whole second over Ben's initial lap. Time to push for more.
Here we go. Lap number 4. Same time. 15.8.
With a decent grouping of laps in the can, I pull Ben over for a quick debrief.
Lap 1, 16.8. Lap 2, 16.1. And then lap 3 and 4, 1:15.8.
Okay.
So we're in the ballpark, 0.7 off the V8.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I'll try, yeah, I'm putting more and more traction control. So that last lap was with traction control on,
Okay.
but it's still sliding around a lot. So I'll put more on now, try and tidy things up and get a neat lap.
Okay. What about the car as a package? What are you feeling in terms of like the aero, the power? Is there anything that you maybe think is holding it back?
It's weird because, yeah, for all the aero package, it doesn't feel that the aero is really nailing the rear. I'm sliding a lot through follow through.
Okay.
So I'm pushing as hard as I can. I'm getting to, and the limit is the rear downforce. So yeah, I mean, if it was a race car that I could tune, I'd crank more rear wing on. But looking at the barn door, I feel like a bit of a whinger because it's massive. So yeah, I mean, all I can do is just maximise what I've got. But I would tweak it. So aerodynamically, it's quite pointy, so the rear is loose, and I'm really struggling to get traction. So hopefully the TC will give me a bit of help, get the robot involved.
Okay, so actually more power would be worse. Do you think the 400 horsepower is enough?
Nah, power will send you all day long. The thing is, the straights here are so long. So when you come out, if you put the power down and get your hooves going, then it just kills a lap time.
So maybe the power to weight is making this car suffer.
Maybe, but
Okay.
let's keep pushing because there's got to be. I can tidy that up and get some chips and time off it.
Okay, good luck. 0.7. Let's go.
Thanks, mate.
I think Ben's feeling the pressure, and I guess rightfully so in this specific track. He's pushing this car. Lap time number 5. 16.2. One more.
Absolutely.
The car looks absolutely weapons grade going around. Braking for that first corner looks savage. Right, this is supposed to be our final attempt, lap number 6. Will he want another after this? We'll see. Go on, Ben. Send it. Oh. He's asked for one more. Lap number 7. Can the Atom find 0.7 of a second? Push, 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 push. Push, 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 push.
Give it one more go. One more.
One more, one more. We're on the third one more.
All right, sounds good. All right, one more go. Last run. Let's give it a shot. There's a bit more in it. There's not a lot in it, but I want it.
He can't let this one go. He's driving like a man possessed. It sounds quick. It looks quick. It's maybe just lacking that sheer horsepower that the V8 had.
Giving it all on his last attempt, it still wasn't enough to topple the V8. But to show how hard Ben was pushing, check out what the lateral forces had done to one of the rear carbon wheels.
Carbon wheels. Not seen that before.
To the same other side or just this one?
What's it doing? Bloody hell.
Yeah. You were pushing.
Yeah. I'm not really hit. I mean, I'm not hitting anything.
Had the grip.
Yeah.
Ben, I could tell you were giving that absolutely everything. Tell us how those laps went down.
Yeah, I left nothing off the table. And come here with a target to beat a certain time, and I didn't do it, which is disappointing. But if you take that aside, I now know this car intimately, you know, it's like hand in a glove. It's so much fun, so engaging to drive. You can really trim the chassis. I mean, it's a different universe to the last Atom I drove here in 05. I thought it would go faster, so if I didn't know what the lap time was, I would have thought, you know, it would have been further up the list. It felt good. They were, I think you showed me the times in the end, very close grouping.
Yeah,
you know,
you're
like playing
really
darts.
consistent, yeah.
And it's just trying to find that extra bit, but it isn't there. The tail was very loose, so I tried lots of different things. I tried the tech, wound the traction control on, that didn't cure it. So really, it was all hand-eye coordination, just getting the tail just enough out to get the good drive coming out. But I think really the one thing that's holding this back is the weight and the lack of power.
Okay.
It's just the punch down the straights to get it going. And surprisingly, despite that massive wing, when you watch the playback on the follow-through,
It's pretty sketchy, is it?
all over the show. It's proper, I'm going in there, fourth gear, the tail's starting to slide as soon as you turn in, so you're really using all the road, and it's sliding almost into the gutter, like no car I've driven around here. And then you click fifth and you have to go through the tyre wall, and it's on again, and the rear is really floating, so it's super edgy. And then it's incredibly quick. In the Gambon section, I think it's probably the quickest car I've put through there. But
Wow.
I think it just loses it in the straights.
Okay, well, we can tell how much you've been pushing this car because that back rear wheel, the carbon wheel, has started to break up.
Yeah, that's follow through. The load
Really?
is massive. So it's in fifth. I can't look at the speedo, there's too much going on. And the load going into that rear wheel is massive.
Wow.
Yeah, not surprised.
So we didn't quite manage it today with this car, but guys, we've got another car coming that's got much more power, much more downforce, and you've been developing it, so I reckon it's going to be
I know that one.
kick-ass. Stay tuned.